When you highline, are you excited? Are you afraid? Do you feel fear at all when you're up there?
Well, that actually is very relative. At first, when you start highlining, you are afraid. It's something that it's unknown. It's a new thing. Your heart starts beating, you start sweating.
Right.
But now with highlines, a lot of short highlines or highlines that are not that high off the ground, I'm not scared anymore. I have the control, I have the focus.
How high must the highline be? Or maybe how long the distance must be for you to get scared?
I would say for me to get really scared, a highline has to be 200, 300, 400 feet high. It has to be more than 200 feet long. It also depends whether or not I'm wearing a safety leash. Because if I'm wearing a safety leash, I can fall anywhere and be okay. So the fear is actually fabricated. It's a fabricated emotion. You're only scared because your body's telling you so, but you can't really think, oh, I'm attached. If I fall, I'm not going to die. Your body, for some reason, thinks, I'm going to die. So you get this fabricated fear, and that is really, really hard to focus through. It's like someone yelling at you, and you have to just turn off your ears. But it takes practice, it takes time.
Sometimes you do highlining with no leash at all.
Yes, in 2011 I walked 64 different highlines without a leash, including the longest highline ever walked without a leash, which was about 180 feet long and 200 feet high.
Isn't that scary?
It's more than scary. It's utterly terrifying. And if I were to go out to that same line right now, there's no way I could mentally do it. Because, like I said before, it's about consistency, it's about determination. And when you're doing it all the time, your brain gets used to it. You become able to enter the matrix a little bit more, where you're not in reality. You're inside of yourself.
So usually when you highlight with or without the safety leash, what do you usually think?
It's focus. It's trying to just say the basics to yourself. Look at the end, one step at a time. Balance, focus, breathe. Focus, breathe. That's a mantra, and you continue that.
Well, for a spectator like me, it looks dangerous, but is it worth it? I mean, accidents can happen.
I mean, accidents totally can happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you drive a car, you might eat fast food, you could choke.
But I don't put myself at risk so high above the ground.
Well, that's the thing, is that it's not at risk. There are many risks, but I'm not a risk taker, I'm a risk manager. I manage the risks. So I take the risks at hand, I list them out, and then I take those risks each and I check them off. The line could break. Okay. I get the best, strongest webbing possible. What if it breaks? I have another one. Now I've got 2 lines. Then I have rings on those lines. The rings are round and solid. There's no way they're coming off, and I tie those into myself. Okay, well, what if it hits the edge of the building? It's sharp. We'll cover those with sandbags and carpets. Okay, well, how much tension are you going to put them on it? Well, I've got a dynamometer that tells me exactly how much tension I have on the lines. Like, how are you going to make sure the anchors are strong enough? Well, I'm going to make them so strong that I don't even have to think about it. So by the time I'm actually on the line, I've thought about all those risks that you are saying might kill me. And I've managed them to a point where those risks are no longer risks. They've been managed. So I'm actually very safe in my element. And the weakest part of the entire system is my own brain. Is me tying my knots right, putting my harness on, actually being able to finish the line. Those are the biggest challenges, is to control yourself, because most of accidents happen by human error.
Which of your past performance in highlining do you think is most dangerous for you?
I would say the world record free solo was probably the most dangerous. If not that, most likely baselining, where I put a parachute on and I walk the line without a leash, and then I actually jump off of the line and fly to hopefully safety. You actually have to exit the slackline, which means you're jumping off. And the slackline is weird. It bends and moves, all strange. And that makes it hard to be in control. And control equals safety. And the less control that you have, the less safe that you will be.
Can you slackline blindfolded?
I can slackline blindfolded.
Really?
Yes. I've walked a line that's 300 feet high and 50 feet long with a blindfold.
Wow. With a leash?
With a leash.
Yeah.
Tied around my waist. But no harness.
No harness?
Yeah, just a little... Yep.
Wow. That's amazing.
It is, but it just takes practice. And it's about here, it's inside. If you tell yourself you can't do it, you're probably not going to be able to do it. So you always tell yourself, maybe there's a chance. Even if it's 1 in a million, there's still a chance.